practice my fake surprise face too. All right, hey everybody. Welcome to Tribal Council. We are going to be joined by the first member of our jury. Michael voted out the last Tribal Council. He is here to observe, not to speak. He could flip you off if he wants. That's illegal. Okay, so tonight we actually have a special tribal. We have 2 votes for the price of 1. So when you go up to vote, you're going to put a vote in voting urn 1 and put a vote in vote urn number 2.
Words are hard.
Words are really hard. Thank you, Bailey. If you want to vote for Bailey, feel free. I support you. So we have 2 people that won immunity. We got Mr. Phil and Steve. Steve, who finished second in the challenge. Phil, who finished first in the challenge. And they will choose after the votes are both cast which of the urns they want to use their necklace for. So let's start off with Steve. How does it feel to be immune for at least one of the votes, and how does that affect how people looked at you while you're going into these votes?
That's a loaded question. I think it's like a 50-50 shot if people want to vote me, because I can play the immunity necklace on a tribal or whatever. So I don't know. That's yeah. Done.
Phil, how about you? Same question. Do you think it kept your name out of people's mouths?
I do think it kept my name out of people's mouths, because I'm thinking, like, if somebody else had won immunity, then it's like a crapshoot. If I were to put their name down, it's a 50-50 shot, and I don't want to waste my vote. So I'm hoping that that's what everyone here is thinking, that they don't want to potentially waste a vote on me if I'm going to be immune. It is kind of lame and awful that the one time I did win immunity, it's only half of a real immunity, so fuck you, bro. But I guess it's better than nothing.
All right. And Bailey, last time we saw you were one of the 4 people to play in Idol, but you were the only one to actually have votes come your way, and there's 4 votes against you. So do we see a big split group, and is that going to come into play tonight?
I don't know if there's any like big groups. I feel like more than anything, I feel like this is more voting blocks than like full-blown alliances. I don't think I know exactly where I stand with everyone still, even though we are 20-something days into this game. And I just don't think that's going to change. We've made it this far having a lot of unknowns, and I think it's going to go the rest of the game without 100% knowing anything.
Yeah. Gwen, you also played an Idol, and you did not seem too happy as the Tribal Council ended. So how has the last couple of days been for you?
Well, it's been very quiet on my end. I haven't really had people reaching out to me. I've had to reach out to them. So honestly, I don't know what's gonna happen tonight. It could easily be me. I'm not gonna be surprised if it's me tonight, but I had somebody come to me and tell me where to vote, and that's where I'm gonna be voting, and hope that I can build that trust with them.
Okay. Kyle, you won the first 2 immunities tonight. Even though you actually finished first in the immunity challenge, you are not wearing a necklace. So why did you choose to not take that necklace and go for a box instead?
Well, I mean, Phil already sort of answered that question for me, in that, like, it is like half an immunity necklace, and I think it does like help keep your name out of people's like mouths, because it can protect you, and then you do potentially waste your vote if you vote for somebody with an immunity necklace. But I felt like it was worth less than it is other times.
Right. Okay. And sorry, my thing was unplugged. Should fix it. All right. Perfect. So Josh, how do you think tonight's vote's going to shake out? How did Tribal go? Was it an easy decision, or were people running around all day?
Well, so for me, this was definitely the quietest round we've had. Part of that was because, you look at the numbers, it looks like it's a 6-3. We can either vote 6 strong or we can split the votes 3-3-3, with the last 3 being if the other people are united. But for me, it was also quiet because, this is one of the few days where I've had actual life stuff that's limited my time on Skype. And it was weird because normally you have this silence and you're like, well, shit, something could be going down as it did the last 2 days or last 2 rounds. But this time I really think it's a pretty straightforward vote.
All right. So Jordan, in a round that's got 2 urns, how do we have a quiet day? Is it so complicated everyone just tries to keep it as simple as possible, or do you think it's just a facade?
That's an interesting question. I think most people's strategies going into this vote is to make sure that if you feel like you're in the majority, that you line up your vote with everyone else's vote. Because let's say you want to vote someone out on the first vote, but then everyone else votes them on the second, well, you wasted your vote. So I think it's just a lot of just making sure that you and whoever you're working with and whoever you're voting with tonight, you make sure that you're on the same page for both of these votes here.
Yeah. Phil, Josh said, 6-3 is what it seems to be, but, there's potential for people not to vote or people to buy extra votes. So can you really split votes in a game with so many unknowns?
I think the presence of fire tokens, in any Survivor game, I think you can't just trust that the numbers are going to line up in nice, tidy packages tied up in a bow. But with fire tokens, that's completely exacerbated. There's idols flying around. There's extra votes flying around. There's potential to no vote. So I think that there's nothing as simple as a 6-3 vote or even a 3-3-3 vote. I just don't think you can rely on anything that simple happening at this phase in the game with all the advantages that there are.
Yeah. So Julian, you also took out a idol last tribal council, and you're someone that is like to say, hey, I hear my name a lot, no one talks to me. So how has this round gone? Is this the round I get to finally snuff your torch?
It might be, Merle. It's been really quiet these last few days, and as Phil mentioned, it sounds like it's a 6-3 tonight, and all of the 3 wasted their idols last round, so we're pretty easy pickings right now from the sound of things. All I can do is cross my fingers that it's the other 2 and not me.
Did you hear a plan before 5 minutes after tribal started this time?
I may have.
Okay. He may have heard a plan. Jeremy, how about you? Also throwing an idol to the wind for no reason. Yeah. Why did you do that, and how did you move forward?
Well, I think I did that because I heard that I was going to be voted out unanimously or near unanimously at some point during the day, and I knew that the minority voted for Bailey, minus me. I'm the champion of no voting. But when she played hers, I didn't know why she was playing hers unless they voted for Gwen in the majority, so at that point I had to play mine. That's kind of how I felt.
Right, and you said you were tipped off that it might have been you. Did you think someone was deceiving you, or something just changed?
I mean, what do you mean? Was somebody deceiving me? Yes, obviously people were deceiving me. I wasn't okay with the fact that almost everybody was going to vote me out. I'm not sure what that means.
I meant why you played your idol, because did someone tell you, hey, play it like you're going home if you don't?
Oh, no. If Bailey hadn't played hers, I wouldn't have played mine. I was pretty sure I didn't have 6 votes in the urn, but I knew I could have 1 or 2, and even if I didn't have 1 or 2, if I have 0 and then everybody has 0, we go back to revote, and my name's been discussed all day, why not just vote me out in that revote? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Kyle D is not here tonight. He took the safety without power. So how did that change dynamics at the tribal? Going into tribal.
Did it?
Did it? That's the question.
Well, I wouldn't know because nobody really talked to me that much. So that's not a question to ask me because I have no idea.
All right. Steve, so since you have this immunity necklace that you kind of not play pretty sneakily. Do you tell people which urn you're using it on? Do people ask, and when they do ask, do you think that they're trying to use it to maybe blindside you?
Possibly. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I might just flip a coin. I don't know. Like, it's a weird question. It's just I've never been in this position to play a immunity necklace. So it's kind of like, how do you even do this? But yeah, I'll do my best. I'll definitely play it. Yeah.
Phil, how do you decide which one to play it on?
I'm gonna decide in like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or something. I've told different things to different people, and none of that is deception. It's genuine indecision. I've got no idea, and I'll probably flip a coin too, to be perfectly honest.
All right, we get some coin flips going on. Bailey, so you heard your name obviously come out. How do you feel like you're in danger again today?
Like, I never feel confident, obviously. It doesn't help that as Michael was leaving, he basically is like he's the biggest threat. So, like, of course I'm not feeling good right now. That's not the target anyone wants to have in this game. But, like, I just gotta hope for the best at this point. There's nothing else I can do.
Yeah. So, Josh, is this vote about what's best for you now or what's best for you a couple rounds in the future?
Both. Right? Like, I'm not going to make some move that's great now but fucks me over later. And I'm also not going to fuck myself over now in hopes that it works later. Right? I want my position to go like this, or like this. I guess it's mirrored. I want every move that I do to hopefully let me snowball to be in better positions. I think everyone would say the same thing, that you want to continually better your spot.
Alice, have certain people been kind of pegged as big threats in this game, and when is the time for people to strike against those threats?
Are you asking me another
Kyle.
question?
Kyle
Oh,
is.
okay. I thought
Only
you
Kyle.
said
Josh, shut up.
no.
I definitely think that people are being paid the threats for various reasons, and I guess it's whenever that threat stops benefiting your game is when you strike against them. Like, I think it's going to be different for every person when they want to do it, but it's when they all agree that it's best for their game that's when it's going to happen.
So just by show of hands, I like when you guys raise your hands. Raise your hands if you think, I really think it could be me tonight. Okay, so Jordan, Julian, maybe. So Phil feels confident, Josh feels confident, Steve feels confident. Everyone else is like, to some degree. Raise your hand if you think tonight's vote is going to be simple, no blindsides, no nothing.
I hope.
We got 3 people, and raise your hand if you think that you know what's going on tonight. That whoever you vote for or per your plan is going to be the one leaving.
I hope.
We got a good mixture. A lot of people are just unsure. Some people just look in the camera like Steve. He doesn't like raising his hand ever. I can ask Steve, is your favorite color blue? Raise your hand. And he'll be like, is your favorite color not blue? He'll be like, all right, does anyone have anything else to say before we get into these 2 votes? Oh, hold on, Jeremy. What is
There you
this?
go, buddy.
All right, Jeremy. Jeremy has given me, I can't, it doesn't work on my camera, sorry.
That's all right.
I have a big box. It got bigger. It's a mystery box. So what do you want me to do with your mystery box?
Oh, you can go ahead and tell everybody what it is.
All right, Jeremy wants to publicly announce what his mystery box is. So we can tell you this is the black token antidote. So I'll give you this back unless do you want it back?
Yeah, I'll take it back.
All right, take it back. So Jeremy has a black token antidote. Oh, there it is. So it must taste really good. He cannot get black tokens, and any black tokens he had when he first got it from the box, if he did get it from the box, would have been abolished. So, give him your black tokens, I guess, or don't.
I'm okay with that.
Okay. Does anyone have anything else they would like to say before we get to the votes? One by one, you're going to be sent to the voting booth, so stay here. C-Mac will be there to ask you for your votes, and then we will get to it.
my own horn.
We're back, everyone.
Hey,
I
Merle,
just
can I
wanna-
play my pee break advantage?
No, pee your pants. You have time to go. All right, guys.
I mean, you're not wearing pants, so you can't pee them.
That's true. Well, it's time
Boy,
to read the votes. I'll go tally the votes. So here I have urn 1. And like I said, now we're going to tell you how many votes are in the urn beforehand. There are 8 votes in this urn. But before we ask for advantages and buying idols, we have 2 things to decide. Phil, you won the 10-second challenge, so you will choose first. Do you want to be safe with your necklace? The first urn, or do you want to save it for the second urn?
You know what? I feel like if I'm getting duped tonight, I'd rather get duped in 9th place than 10th place. So I'll use my thing right now.
All right, the first one, Phil, is immune. All right, and now, Steve. Do you want to use it on the first or second?
I'm gonna flip a coin. So can someone call heads or tails?
Heads,
Oh.
heads, 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 heads,
What does heads mean?
Okay, what does it mean?
And just, I don't know. What the fuck, dude?
Okay,
What?
it was heads.
I was on mute. That's what I said while you were flipping it.
Heads,
It was
you
heads.
flip it again. Heads is first tribal, tails is second tribal.
Okay.
Heads, 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 heads.
Okay, it was tails. I
Tails,
didn't count.
okay.
Tails.
So tails, second tribal. Do you want to confirm that?
You know what? I'm gonna agree with Phil. I think I'll just do first one. It was heads first.
So any votes cast against Steve or Phil this tribal do not count. Does anybody have any advantages they like to play, or does anyone want to buy an idol for the first vote? No? Okay, so let's get to the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out must leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. Let me just get the votes. All right, like I said, there's 8 votes here. First vote, Gwen. Next vote, Jeremy. That's 1 vote Gwen, 1 vote Jeremy. Next vote, Phil, does not count. 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 So that's 1 vote Gwen, 1 vote Jeremy, 1 vote left. Phil, good job playing your necklace. So the next person voted out of Survivor and the next member of jury, and you'll just move on to the jury sheet. Gwen. Gwen, tonight 2 votes is enough. I'm sorry, Gwen, but the tribe has spoken. Do you have anything you want to say before you go to the jury?
What I'm going to say game-wise, I want to say, letting you guys all know that I adore each and every one of you, and I know we're all going to be friends after this. That being said, you guys know who is running this game, and if they get to the end, they are the people that have my vote, so keep that in mind. And that's my statement. Good job, guys, and good luck.
All right. Thank you,
Keaton
Gwen. So
sends his regards.
Gwen's on the jury now. So let's just talk real quick between the votes. We're going to have the next turn here. You can't change your votes. Phil, 4 votes. Were you expecting that?
I mean, obviously I wasn't expecting it, but it was like weirdly quiet today, even given the circumstances. So I don't know. I've been paranoid since the first vote. So no, I'm not going to say I expected it.
Does anybody want to say anything? Because I see some faces that seem surprised.
If tonight's my last night since I played my immunity wrong or whatever, I wish you guys all the best and I had fun, so yeah.
Okay. Anyone else want to say anything before we get to the next votes? Any discussion that wants to be had? Does anyone need a second to talk? Are we going right into it? All right, if you need more time, just say wait, we can wait. So if anybody, both Phil and Steve are now vulnerable. If anybody has an advantage they want to play, or if they want to purchase an idol, now would be the time to do so.
Marl,
Yes,
I'm going to use my 3 tokens
you want to use all 3 tokens.
just in case.
Okay, who do you want to use them on?
Myself.
Okay, So Bailey has used 3 nullifier tokens. That means 3 votes cast against Bailey will not count. Does anybody have anything else they would like to play? All right, well then with that, once the votes are ready, the decision is final. Person voted out must leave the tribal council area immediately. And I will read the votes. And there are, oh, I forgot to say, hold on, if anyone wants to make a choice, there are 7 votes in this urn now. Gwen's was taken out.
Can you please give me like 30 seconds to
Yeah.
think about it?
Yes.
Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna hold it.
All right, last chance, anyone else? All right, then once the votes are ready, decision is final. Person voted out must leave the tribal council area immediately. I will read the votes. First vote, Gwen does not count. Next vote, Gwen does not count. Next vote, Gwen does not count. Next vote, Gwen does not count. 4 votes Glenn. Next vote, Julian. That's 1 vote Julian, 2 votes left. Next vote. And the next person voted out as survivor, Julian.
Karma.
So Julian, that is enough tonight. Julian, the tribe has spoken.
Merle,
Yes.
you've waited 10 fucking years for this moment. You better really say, boy.
Julian, the tribe has spoken. You will now join the jury, but it's time for you to go. Do you have anything you want to say to anyone else?
Did you enjoy that moment, Merle?
Not as much as I thought I would.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. All right, so Gwen and Julian, you can give your black tokens to anyone still in the game. Everyone else,
I'm giving my black token to Kyle S.
okay. I guess you can make that public if you want. But
I think I know who I'm giving my tokens to. Pretty easy to say.
Or you give me your token to, Julian.
I'm giving my tokens to the same person I gave my gold token to earlier today.
okay.
I just want to be clear, I would have given it to Jeremy if he did not have his thing.
All right. Well, it is. I guess that's tribal council.
If you're gonna swindle me out of a gold token, you get a black one too.
You're gonna play bad game moves. I'm gonna be a bitter juror.
All right. Jury. All right, everyone. We will bring Kyle D back and tell you what the next challenge is in just a few moments. So thank you. Good luck. Goodbye. And congrats on making the final 8 of ones that are still here.